This DVD is designed primarily for players, to give them a better understanding of the rules and to illustrate how the game is played. It is also designed to give umpires, in conjunction with the umpire DVD, the best chance of making the correct judgments, which they will only do if they have an understanding of the game, know the rules, and keep up with play. The examples that we're going to show you are straightforward and have been chosen to be as clear as possible. Rule 32 defines the line of the ball and the right of way. First, here's the definition of the line of the ball. Let's get onto the polo ground and have a look. White is on the ball. There is the line of the ball, indicated in red. Next, the right of way, defined here. So in general terms, the player with the line of the ball on his off, i.e. right-hand side, has the right of way, i.e. precedence, over all other players. Let's get back to the game. White has established himself on the right of way, marked in green. He taps forward under his pony's neck. Do you see the yellow line? So he's changed the line of the ball, but he may still proceed down the right of way freely, providing he keeps the ball on his offside. Back to the game. The right of way has changed. White is still in possession, still with the ball on his offside. Blue is in danger of blocking white by riding in the right of way. He needs to get out of there quickly, which he does. Remember the approximate dimensions of the right of way, and here we see it displayed for real, about 5 feet. Back to the game. Blue is now clear of the right of way, and white can make his next play. Rule 33. Right of way or precedence between players. The rules as laid out in this paragraph are those which govern the way the game is played and are thus of the utmost importance. First, let us look at crossing, which is fundamental. The rule reads, no player may cross or turn left or right across the right of way of an opposing player who is committed on the right of way, except at such a speed or distance that no risk of a collision or danger to either player is involved. First, let us look at some examples of crossing. Most of these are self-explanatory.
Routledge. Back there, straight into the arms of Cressida. Whistle goes.
Here we go again, value. Bellows coming back into the ooh.
In this example, besides being an obvious cross, Blue has also fouled by coming from an offside position at the throw-in.
Monroe coming for his man. Whistle goes.
For the score, and rookie value kills a little out there. Left in behind there is oh my God, Carlos.
Thomas Garcia de Rio. Tell the coming to all. Whistle gangs.
Oh, look at that pass. What a chance.
Although red gets a shot at the ball, he has been put off by black. If red had played a good shot with resulting advantage, the advantage should be played. Of course, let's not forget that a player crossing behind a player on the right of way will foul if he crosses another player following on the right of way.
On Nero, turning around again, having that call off. Now Dylan comes forward, tries to get a hold of it, and the umpire was right on top of that. The whistle's gone.
In this example, red has hit this ball too far, which allows white to enter the right of way at a safe distance and speed. No foul.
Costa with the ball now. Coming for it hard. Whistle gas. Whistle gas.
If a player places himself to take the ball on the near side and thereby in any way endangers another player who would otherwise have been able to make a legitimate play, that player will foul. No player may turn left or right across the right of way if an opposing player is committed on the right of way. In this example, red is committed and close enough to claim the right of way. Note the right of way continues over the boards, so play must continue as if they weren't there. White is far enough ahead to make his play safely. The blue player is too far back and not on the right of way.
Odolfo with a superb backhand pass. Nicola with the ball now. Nicola.
In this example, white is not considered to be sufficiently committed on the right of way. No foul. Rule 33b states no player may block the progress of an opponent established on the right of way. Here are some examples.
Look at the sort there, waiting for him. Now look, Billy Gutierrez.
Pass. Double enters there. Reader. Whistle goes.
Rule 33C. When two players are riding from opposite directions to hit the ball, they must play the ball on their offside, i.e. right hand to right hand. The only way the red player could claim the right of way is if he was meeting on the exact line of the ball.
Can they do it? Can they do it? No, he ain't come by across the front of your goal. Here they come, Lorbiana, coming down the field. Umpire players looking for fouls and nothing.
White cannot claim the right of way as he is not meeting on the exact line of the ball. Note how the right of way and line of the ball are different.
Umpire players looking for fouls and nothing.
Here are a couple of examples of players getting it wrong.
Off again. Who's going to get it over this one? Off the bird goes over the top. Back hand over the ladder. So he's Charlie. By Charlie.
Sterling coming hard. Look at Gonzalez.
The two players highlighted are considered to be making a play on each other and therefore have the right of way over the single white player coming in the opposite direction. Remember, this applies if the two players are following or meeting on the exact line of the ball.
Nero expands the space. Matthias McDonough finds Juan Martin Nero. Nero, he's met there by Sterling, and this time surely Sterling's not going to...
If a player checks to avoid a legitimate ride-off, he is in danger of losing the right of way. Rule 33I. If a player hits the ball past the offside stirrup of an opponent who is on the line of the ball and travelling at the same speed, that opponent has the right to play the ball on his offside. A player who stops or slows to a walking speed, once he has been challenged, may tap the ball only once, after which he must either leave it, accelerate away with it, or hit it away.
Cameron wants the ball. Still not left for Del Rio. Fix it inside. Keep it going for La Golden Dream. We fell by 2 here. Del Rio.
I can't hear you. Here we are now. Big blue comments, blue. Look at this.
The green player gains possession from the line-out and proceeds at a walking pace to tap the ball not once or twice, but 3 times, and is rightly penalised with a penalty 5A. Remember, a player is considered to be challenged if an opponent is within 2 horses' lengths of him. Rule 35. Riding off, dangerous riding and intimidation. You must not cause danger to others or risk your own pony's welfare. Here are some examples of good ride-offs. Shoulder to shoulder, saddle to saddle.
Backhand natural force, Gel Khalil. Angle short, under the neck, Gel Khalil goes to goal. Ah, a big ride off, what a play by Corkin. Gets the man, gets the ball as well.
Here are some examples of some bad ride-offs.
About there comes the master himself, coming too hard. Can he do it? Can he do it? The whistle goes. Whistle goes.
A player may not ride off at such an angle or speed as to endanger another player or pony. An apology, as we see here, is to be encouraged.
Strider coming to the ball now.
Here are some examples of dangerous riding.
Back to the fence, Sterling, well, I'm going to zip. Back on my Sterling to the center, 20 and now, holding ready to go spin. Look at this one, ready to go.
Strider comes out with for Coca-Cola. Whistle.
A player may not ride off an opponent who is already being ridden off by another member of his team. A player may not ride his pony from behind into the stroke of an opponent.
Too unworth to be a hero. Curly with a magnificent back end. And now Robbie Arch comes in. Oh, and the players go and meet together. First time to double, look for a big one. Will we get it back? Coming in with the turn this time. We got roll again, coming off the horse, and the umpires again.
Rule 36. Hooking, misuse of the stick, and carrying the ball. To make a legitimate hook, all of the striker's stick must be below the level of the striker's shoulder, with the exception of an offside backhand, which you see here, which may be hooked at the beginning of the swing, but only on that part of the stick that is below the striker's shoulder.
He looks for George Shamby, but he couldn't quite pick up the angle. He's hooked out of it by Nero, but the umpires blow their whistle.
In this example, black hooks the stick of the striker, white, well above his shoulder. That is a foul hook. A player may not reach over or under an opponent's pony to make a play on the ball or to hook a stick.
Gabio's had a good Facundo waiting for it. Goes round him.
A player may not intentionally strike his own pony with his stick at any time. A player who is holding the ball through dribbling should be penalised if he is judged to have created the danger by then playing a full shot.
In play again. He comes away with this. He plays the near side backhand, takes it. Ambrosio comes through. What a big bump.
A player may not take a full swing under a pony's neck when being ridden off. If a player dismounts involuntarily from his pony, the umpires shall not stop the game until play is neutral, unless the umpire is of the opinion that the player is injured or is liable to be injured, in which case he should stop play immediately.
Chucker, just got a quick whistle, just as one of the players has to do a little bit of running repairs, and you see players now go off. The players are ready, so the umpire can't throw the ball in as it was them who they stopped for, and it's for 4 England players. Our Mans are coming back on.
During a break in play, or exceptionally during play, the player may inform the umpires that his pony is injured or distressed, or the umpires may make their own assessment to this effect, in which case they should stop play immediately. In either event, the umpires should examine the pony. If in their opinion the pony is visibly injured or distressed, they should call all may change. The pony in question must be led back to the lines or taken off by horse ambulance. Play will be restarted with a throw-in when the player with the injured pony has returned on another pony. Any unwarranted delay on his part will be penalised. If in their opinion the pony is not visibly injured or distressed, then they should instruct the player to dismount and lead his pony off the field by the shortest route. No other player on his team may change. Play should be restarted as soon as the player has left the field. The pony may be tagged or marked under the supervision of umpires so that it may not play again in the match. For abuse of this rule, a penalty may be awarded. At this break in play for a throw-in, the black number 3 has informed the umpire he considers his horse to be lame. The umpire, unable to see that he is visibly injured, orders him to take the pony off the field by the shortest possible route. No players on the black team may change, hence the black number 4 is called back to the throw-in. The white team may change if they wish. Play will be restarted as soon as the player concerned has left the field. In this example, the white team are caught out. They had further to go to change their ponies. The black team happened to have been beside their pony lines.
A penalty 2 has been awarded, and the black team have elected to hit it from the spot. White attempts to meet the ball but gets it wrong and crosses the black player, deliberately fouling him. A penalty 1 in this instance should be awarded to black.
Save, the whistle's gone. It's a goal. Umpires felt that was a goal.
The team facing the penalty 3 must be behind their back line and outside the goal until the ball is struck. In this instance, the white player has come onto the field of play before the ball was hit and has saved the goal, but in doing so has fouled. Because the ball was going through, the umpire should award the goal. In this example, blue clearly intends to score with one shot. He mishits. He follows up and taps, and once white has made a play, he can then play a full shot provided it's not dangerous.
Oh my God. Visitors, whistle goes. What went wrong, I don't know. Poor goal.
In this instance, the striker has not demonstrated the intent to score with one hit. penalty 5A is awarded for any infringement.
From the Lito sends it along the floor. Look at that.
Remember, the line of the ball and the right of way apply equally during penalties as in open play. This DVD has shown you examples of the most important rules of the game and should be watched in conjunction with the rulebook. of way. He needs to get out of there quickly. If the umpires award a penalty 10A, a player is sent off for a full chukker or for the rest of the chukker in progress, in addition to any other penalty. If the umpires award a penalty 10B, a player is sent off for the rest of the match. Penalties 10A and B may be given for any breach of the rules, but usually for continued abuse of the umpires or dangerous play. The side to which the sent-off player belonged shall continue the match with 3 players only, and the player sent off must return to the pony lines. The umpires must agree between themselves that a player be sent off, and if not in agreement, the referee must be asked to decide. A report form must be completed by the umpires after the match. Technical penalties. Rule 38. The umpires may award a technical penalty for any unsportsmanlike behaviour, such as abuse, arguing with an official, foul or abusive language, or appealing verbally or with the stick. If a penalty has already been awarded, which is often the case, then an upgrade to a more severe penalty will occur. The one exception is when the initial penalty is a penalty 2. The umpire should raise his hand. If the team taking the penalty score, they should restart the game with a penalty 5B, a free hit at the ball from the centre of the ground. If they have missed the penalty 2, they take the penalty again. Report forms. Rule 6. Umpires are required to fill in a report form for the following offences. If a player is sent off on a penalty 10A or 10B. If a player is shown a yellow flag. For excessive misuse of the stick. For dangerous play. If a pony is seen to be blind in an eye or showing vice. If a team is seen not to be trying. Illegal spurs or whip. More usually, report forms are filled in for abuse of the umpires by the players. The forms, which are held by polo managers, will be filled in by the umpires, signed by them and the referee immediately after the game. They are then distributed to the relevant addressees. Report forms may also be submitted by team captains if they consider that the officials have not carried out their duties correctly. It must be signed in addition by a second member of the team. So let's conclude. This DVD does not claim to cover everything that the umpires should know before cantering onto the polo ground, but it is hoped that it will act as a useful guide to achieve a better performance. Remember, there is no substitute for learning the rules and studying the annexes to the rules, which explain and give greater detail where necessary. Every player should take the rules and umpire test, which is in 2 parts. Part A covers the rules and must be taken and passed by every player in order to achieve a -2 handicap. Passing Part B enables the player to achieve a CP umpire grade. I hope that's been useful to you. Remember, the best polo is fast and open. Not only is it more exciting to play, it's better to watch. As umpires, go out there, do your best, and good luck.